Hey everyone, my name is Josh Dykesel, and I am the owner and artist behind Slim Collective. Today I got something really special for you guys, and I'm going to be showing you the behind the scenes action on my composition with Triumph Audio's latest contact sampler, Superball Bang. So the owner, Kevin Manthe, is absolutely amazing, super fun to talk to, and he gave me the software to try it out and do a little demo. So I'm going to show you guys what I created with it. So first I used the kind of filter pulse sound, and that's going to be the first one I'm going to show you guys here. I'm just going to show you all the different layers I did and then all of it together. So here's the first one I did. Filter pulses is what I labeled it as. It's kind of got that eerie, nice reverb sound, and part of that is because I added on Native Instruments VST ROM, which I actually really like. It's really fun, and it's a very unique reverb. I really like it. That's the first layer I have here, and the next one I have is Rumble Bass. Super cool, and I have automation on that one to just rise it up as it progresses. And the next one I got here, got the eerie synth brass. I absolutely love the way that one turned out. Just really cool. Gives that kind of analog synth sound, but with a really interesting bend and cinematic feel, which I really appreciate because I love going for that hybrid cinematic sound, and that is my true composing sound. And next one I have is a just nice drum pattern. Let's give it some cool cinematic groove and rhythm to keep it going at the start here. Nice, got that going. The next one I have distorted tom. It's got that nice just power, pounds in your chest. And then I also have here, got the deep strings. And later, I switch it into this. And that ends up rising up at the end, which I'm going to show you guys here at the end. Super cool. Love the way it turned out. And another layer here that I have is some just kind of extra drums and effects. It's got some cool sounds and textures in there that really add to the feel. And then I have an epic deep strings layer that I added in for the end here. It's essentially the same one as the deep strings, except I added more power into it. So that's used at the end of the score to have these nice, just big hits but then kind of a little longer sustained pause at the end to just elongate and give you that space. Because there's a lot of power in silence. It sounds crazy, but if you think about it, in silence, there isn't really silence in music in the sense that there's still something going on. It's just quieter. So silence doesn't necessarily have to mean that there's nothing going on. Because in here, just let it ring out. See that little pause at the end? There's like a little brief moment where it almost fully fades out, but not quite. And that gives like enough pause. So that's not like fully silence in that one, but in this one, it's more noticeable when I have the deep strings here. It starts to fade down. And right there, it's a little quieter. It's subtle, but then it builds back up. So you get that feeling of not quite silence, but there's just absence of other sounds that you had heard earlier in the composition. So that's just some cool things going on there. And then the last texture I had here was this buzzy texture that I just really liked. So the cool thing on that one is it actually didn't start like that with Superball Bang. I started with using this bass drum drone here, which was really cool. It sounded really nice before, but it just didn't quite fit the feel of the composition and fit in sonically properly with everything I had in the mix. See, it's really cool, and that would work well for some other type of composition, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So I added some really cool filtering with the Filter MS-20 here. I absolutely love this plugin. You can get some really creative, crazy sounds with it. So you can take the sound of this and turn it to this. So super different, and that makes a huge difference, and I really liked the way it turned out. But that is everything that I did. One layer that was cool, but I didn't end up using because it just didn't end up fitting or feeling right when I listened it back to it again, over and over again. Because as you know, you got to keep listening to things back and back over again to really truly know if it's what you want. You can't just listen to it once. You got to do the car test, the speaker test, headphone tests, all the different tests. But it wasn't just sitting right. So I didn't use it, but this would be something really cool in another composition, and I made it using Superball Bang. And I called this one Fire Scream because I used a video clip at the end, did some sort of rescore, and in the score, in the scene, the person was on fire, so at the time in the score, I wanted to have some sort of like fire scream to represent or like resemble screaming, but not actually be screaming. Yeah, super cool. One part of it I thought was a little funny because it reminded me of like the TIE fighter sound. I don't know if you can catch that in there, but I thought that was interesting. It didn't fully fit in this one, but that would be really cool for some sort of sci-fi or even horror film clip there. But yeah, absolutely amazing software. I even love the way it looks. It's just nice and clean and simple, and it has a really good sound. Just all the sounds are absolutely amazing. I haven't even gone through all of them, but all of the ones that I've heard are amazing, and they are very different. So you have a nice big range with the software, so it's definitely worth the buy, and I think you guys are going to love it. And yeah, that's it for this video. I got lots more coming soon. Again, my name is Josh Dykesel, owner of Slim Collective, and I got lots more coming for you guys soon with the company. I've just been working a lot on that, so that's why I haven't been on here as much, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. Actually, that means I'm working a lot harder because I've got a lot of good projects and partnerships coming up soon, possibly some more work with Triumph Audio on some demos in the future. And yeah, lots of good stuff coming. Stay tuned. Peace.